everyone, welcome to another episode of Dog Training at the Kitchen Table. This is the first episode in the new year, so I'm really excited to be back with you all. Over the holidays, I spent a lot of time hiking with my dogs, and as normal, my hikes are off leash. And I post these things to Facebook and Instagram because I want to inspire people, I want to encourage people, I want to encourage people to get out and do more things with their dogs. I want to inspire people as I have a husky, and even my husky is off-leash trained, so I want to inspire people who have maybe unconventional breeds or breeds that are considered stubborn or untrainable, that things are actually possible to do with those breeds and those dogs. So I post these things to Instagram and Facebook and whatnot, and the common question that comes up is, how did I get my dogs to do that? People want an exact formula. They want ABC and XYZ, and if they just teach this obedience command, then their dogs will come when called. The problem with that is that a lot of training has nothing to do with obedience at all. Now, don't get me wrong, obedience commands are extremely important and add a very real way for you to communicate things to your dog, but a lot of training is just concepts of close proximity, confidence building, trust building. Those aren't really commands that you can give for those things. They're just concepts and training. This means that a lot of the training that I do with my dogs and I ask my clients to do with their dogs and that I would ask you at home to do with your dogs would seem trivial. They would seem like things you don't need in your life. I spoke once before in a different dog training at the kitchen table that training big pictures, it is like having a picture in front of you, but understanding that that large picture is made up of teeny tiny pixels. Those teeny tiny pixels would make no sense at all out of context of the larger picture, but the larger picture can't come about without those tiny pixels. So a lot of training is very trivial or seems like it's not getting you where you want to go, because I tell my dogs to do a hand touch. I'm not saying come. You think at home that I'm not teaching my dogs to come when called, when in fact, coming over to touch an empty hand is extremely valuable when I don't have food on me, but my dog has great value for touching an empty hand. So as I was trying to answer this question over the holidays, and I really wanted to give people a quantifiable, measurable answer, I thought, how can I do that? What kinds of things do I actually do with my dogs that can make them want to come closer to me, walk next to me, so on and so forth, so that I can have reliable off-leash dogs? Sometimes people want an exact obedience formula. Sometimes people want a tool, a training tool of some kind that's going to be the magic answer. The reality is this. Over the course, the last 3 to 4 years, I've gone through the Susan Garrett Recallers program. I've been a part of it, I want to say 4 years now. Those are 40 games that are specifically designed to teach your dog to want to come when called. I'm also part of the Naughty But Nice program with Tom and Lauren, and they have 80 games that are designed to teach your dog to do all kinds of things. Proximity, though, being very close to you, is one of those things. That's 120 games or training exercises, whatever makes you most comfortable. 120 exercises that encourage close proximity, leash training, coming when called, the whole nine. Then I do a slew of different dog tricks, agility, nose work, barn hunt. I mean, the list is really endless. So I came up with, I do rally, that's another one. So I came up with a number of roughly 600 things that I do with my dog at any given point in their lives. And all of these things are designed to get them to, yes, respond to some obedience commands, but also build the concept of close proximity so that my dogs want to walk with me and want to come when called. The operative word here is being want. They're not commanded to. When we're out for a hike and they're off their leashes and they're wandering over into the woods and they're wandering off, I might even not look at them as they stop to sniff. I might walk right past them. They have their own desire and own will to come with me, to follow me when I pass them. Now, if someone gets stuck digging for a mole, I might call their name, and in that, they get very excited and want to run back towards me. There's value built into their name. There's value built into walking with me, and there's value built into coming when called. So it's a really hard question to answer. How do I get my dogs to do anything at all? Has a lot to do with my overall relationship with them. And this is what's really hard to explain, because relationship isn't about commandment. Relationship is overall. It's everything you are doing or not doing with your dogs. That might mean your dog is barking out the window and you spend more time shouting at them from across the room rather than stepping in front of them and really injecting yourself in their lives, saying, hey, I don't like when you bark out the window. You know, you allow yourself to stay frustrated, screaming from across the room or from across the yard if they fence fight with neighbors' dogs, things like that. But you never actually proactively teach them what to do instead. Now, many of you at home, I'm sure you are, and you're listening and you're watching, and I'm sure you do those things. I'm just saying, if you're struggling with your dog and you can't really figure out why, and you don't have the relationship that your dog wants to stick with you and come when called and walk with you in the whole nine, then very likely you are spending more time being reactionary rather than being proactive in your relationship with your dog. And everything we do, every single thing we do, from the moment we bring home a dog, like right now, 2 of my dogs are on the couch, one's laying right next to me. Even in this moment, something is being taught and something is being conditioned. Whether that's being conditioned that when mom turns on the camera, we're supposed to lay down and be quiet. This has happened often. So in previous videos, you'll see that Lydia pushes me a lot, and now you see that Lydia doesn't push me anymore. She's used to it. She's accustomed to it. This is a normal part of life that when mom makes a video, she's supposed to go lay down. But all of these things, whether you're doing something actively or you're reactionary, or every moment you're spending with your dogs, something is being conditioned and your relationship is either being improved or deteriorated. And that's a lot to take in, and it's kind of hard. But for those of you out there in the world who tell me and who claim that you love your dog beyond measure, then doing more with them, spending more quality time with them really shouldn't be all that much of a chore. So here's my challenge to you. 1, I always recommend getting involved in some sort of dog sport, whether it's rally or obedience or duck diving or agility or nose work or barn hunt or whatever, lure coursing, whatever's out there for you. Get involved in a dog sport. Do more with your dog. Do trick training. No matter how trivial you think the exercise is, I promise you, you are putting value into your relationship, and your relationship is what gets your dog to want to stick with you. Not just the obedience commands. Like I said, those are important, but we don't have to get caught up on them and we don't have to get stuck on them. We need to be teaching the concepts of close proximity walking and the concepts of wanting to come back. All right, guys, I hope this was useful. Have fun with your best buddies. See you next time.